see. Good. Oh, this technology. All right, so we are officially live. Big shout out to everyone who tunes in every time I do a live stream podcast. Been doing this for a minute. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Unfortunately, StreamYard has not been connected with Instagram quite yet, but hopefully they'll do that sometime soon. So, anyways, just to kick things off, my guest is all the way out in Palm Beach, Florida, where it's not as shitty and cold as it is here in Oklahoma. So
beautiful here right now.
God, everyone that's tuning in Oklahoma, or at least this part of the Midwest, like hates your guts already. You haven't even introduced yourself yet. So
it's bright, sunny, little breeze, 70 degrees. I'm playing golf. What more could you ask for?
All right. So I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself and tell people who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Hunter Brennan. My company, my LLC, that I am a sole proprietor of and have been running for a year and a half now, is Headhunter Golf LLC. I do have a regular day job as well. I'm the outside operations supervisor at a private golf and country club in my area, in which I work 40 hours a week. So I do that, run the business, and dip into some social media marketing as well. So I've got a pretty full plate now, and got in touch with Mr. Had Enough here, and I love the guy to death. So I'm excited to be here. This is awesome.
Hell yeah. Let me we got comments popping in already. Let's see. I promised everybody I give everybody the fair shake. Saw that. Hey Mon, what's up, bro? From Norman home. Me and him got a show coming up February 25th. It's the Monsters Mayhem annual. For a while, so he helped me get one of my first Norman shows when I was on tour. So me and him have been working together.
Sweet.
Triple 14 Music. That's actually my cousin. He raps too. He's fucking dope.
Oh, nice.
And yeah. So yeah. Me and him got a song coming up as well. So technology, yeah, the beauty of technology.
You got that
right. Now, and we can kick this off because you and I mainly are in different industries. So I'll let you, because I like to let the guests talk as much as possible. I chime in from time to time. Man, feel free to tell the story of how we discovered each other and how we're connected.
So I actually found you on a sponsored ad, obviously. Reached out, and as we had a conversation about the community that I'm in, and in regards to the social media marketing and stuff like that. So I'm part of a large community, and I went in and listened to his music through his Instagram page, and I loved it. I liked it. I liked his style. The beard is badass. I mean, let's be real. So I reached out, and I was like, I love your music. We should chat sometime. We got on the phone, and
Yep.
here we are. We've been chatting ever since. We're working
Yeah.
together now. We're working on growing his brand, and getting you out there on Instagram and growing it. Gaining that credibility on social media that you need to take your business or your brand or your music to that next level. We all know now that having consistent engagement and a big Instagram page is leverage itself. I mean, when you look at a page, the first thing you look at is the followers, and then you go down to the posts, content, whatever they're posting, what's going on, how many people are engaging with this. And people will tend to stay if they see a larger, more credible looking page. So that's essentially,
Right.
kind of the spiel, kind of the deal. But yeah, I mean, it was Instagram ad, and I'm very happy I reached out to you because we've been chatting ever since and
Yeah.
bouncing ideas off of each other. And
Uh-huh.
one of these days I'm going to get you in my next theme song, 100%.
That's what's up. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. We talked on Skype, and like I said, like I've had many people, and even this day, they're I get messages on Facebook. I get bombarded on Instagram actually now more than ever. So, just people saying, "Hey, I could do this I could get you this many followers. I could get you this many likes, comments," and it's just like, dude, how can you guarantee that? And that's the thing, is you never guaranteed me. Just said, hey, we're a community, it's a very important community, and it's just like there's no guarantees. Like, obviously, the more we engage with each other, the better it's gonna grow. And
Right.
and just to leave it at that, that's basically kind of what you offered me, and then we kind of went from there, and yeah, it's been great. I mean, like I said, like I remember, and you're very reachable. So you told me, so if I had questions, if someone contacts me and stuff like that, it's like, what do you think of this?
Yep.
Is this legit? An exception, because most of the time you can kind of tell if something's some scammy bullshit.
Right.
But a lot of times, red flags and stuff like that. And then, so questions. I mean, like I said, one of my favorite hip hop producers, like, started a bunch of my posts, following me, and then all that. And then I was kind of like, well, I mean, we're, what I mean? Like, we're talking about someone who produced for like Method Man, Kool G Rap, a bunch of hip hop acts I like idolize, and I knew who the guy was. I've heard tons of songs he's done for underground hip hop artists, so it's like crazy. And there's been a few others noted I've seen, liking, following, and I'm sitting here like, how the fuck did he even discover me? And but also because you're getting into the discovery. So, you obviously, like with this,
here, so I couldn't really hear what you just said. I hope it wasn't important. I got you frozen on my screen. I don't know if everyone sees that.
Really, okay. The weather might be fucking up the connection. I hope that's not the case. So, but live streams do tend to lag from time to time. So,
right, of course,
that's the downside of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's just kind of give everybody, that's kind of how we got connected, and that's kind of our relationship. And I definitely want to dive in more into what you do. Amon, I live in Texas now, but yes, we met in Oh, nice. Denton is one of my favorite towns I've ever. That's a college town. It's a lot of fun. So, oh,
Can't say I've ever
it's not
been.
just you.
But
Yeah, you could. All right. Yeah, guys, let me know if there's video or audio issues. I don't know how much I control, but definitely let me know. So anyway, man, if you can go to like about your company, and if you guys want to give some, because like one thing I do on TikTok.
cutting out hard. I have no idea what you're saying.
Ah,
I'm trying.
I saw this. Okay, all right, let's try this. Tell you what, go ahead and tell people about your golfing company, about your you on social media as far as TikTok and Instagram, your content. I'm gonna try and work on my end. So I might
Yeah,
disappear, but just go ahead and
no
you know
worries. Yeah,
tell your
I'll
story
blabber
basically.
about something. So,
All right, cool. Go for it, man.
yeah, I'll go for it. You're good. Take your time. Um, like I said, I've been running the company for about a year and a half now, and my whole brand, the whole idea behind it is making golf fun. Many people who don't play golf or are not really aware of what goes on in the game, how it's played. They think it's a preppy kind of serious country club sport that's not fun. It's boring to watch, which I don't totally disagree with. Um, Golf can be very boring to watch on TV, especially. But that's kind of where my brand comes in and says, listen, you can have fun. You don't have to be good to go out and play. Go out and have a couple beers with your buddies or whatever and have a blast. Like I said, you go out and you're smacking balls and drinking beer, having conversations, listening to music, living the life. And a lot of people are now finding that out, and a lot more people are playing golf. A lot of younger people are starting to play golf now more than, I'd say the past 10 years ago. So essentially that's pretty much what I'm trying to push is golf's fun. Let's not keep it all serious and be, snobby about it, and, go out and have fun. If you hit a bad shot, take a drink, relax, listen to some music. You'll be all right. Put one in the water. I'll finish the rest of my beer and I'm fine. And then we're messing around doing something
Yeah,
else, riding around in a golf cart. The weather's beautiful. It's one of those things. So basically, how it started is I was selling a lot of used golf clubs. I was acquiring them, putting sets together, flipping them, and this was just on the side. Um, Playing golf is more fun than watching it on TV. That is very true. Golf is,
mm,
and as from a golfer standpoint, I honestly don't enjoy watching golf on TV. Like unless I know the person personally, it's totally different. But when we're talking about watching, random professionals play, like yeah, it's cool to watch them because they're really freaking good. And like I know I'll never get to that point, but it is very boring. And I can't sit through there and watch, the announcing is not exciting really. It's like, exciting things happen every once in a while when you watch golf on TV, but you go out and play, it's a whole different experience. And that's the thing for somebody who's never played golf before, they just see it on TV and they're like, oh, this is so boring. Like how do you enjoy this shit? Like, that doesn't make
yeah,
any sense. So that's where I come in. You look at my
right.
Instagram page, look, of course I have people who disagree with what I do, haters. Of course, the diehard golfers who think that, oh, you're ruining the game and this and that. Well, no, I'm not actually. I'm getting a lot more people into the golf game. And I'm promoting it in a whole different fashion, whole different manner than it's been promoted in the past. So it's fun. Let's go out and have fun. You don't have to birdie every single hole in order to have fun. You can go out and absolutely suck, but you're with one of your best friends. You guys are having a blast. So, I was, when I first started the company, I didn't really have a plan. I had no idea what I was doing. It was, like I said, I was,
Yeah,
doing golf, selling golf clubs, working on them, doing all my own, like, reshafts and regripping and whatnot, and drinking beers, and I kind of was getting tired of it, and I was sitting there one night, had a couple cold ones, and I was like, you know what, I should really look into like repurposing golf clubs or something. And essentially, what repurposing golf clubs is, for those of you who don't know, is so actually I have one of my bottle openers sitting right here. So this is a real golf club head.
Nice.
You take the shaft out, put a bottle opener top in it, and now it's a bottle opener. That's just one example of repurposing a golf club. So you can make anything from people weld them together and make clocks and bowls and all this crazy stuff. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can repurpose them. And I looked into it. I was bored. I wanted a little bit more of a hobby, and I found bottle openers, golf club bottle openers already made online. But I was like, I could really do that better. And they were they were old heads. They weren't super nice looking. They were kind of shitty looking, and the top wasn't as it wasn't like chromed out. It wasn't modern looking. So I was like, you know what, screw it. So I go online I think I went to Etsy, and found the same exact bottle opener top I just showed you. I bought 15 of them. This was the weekend of Father's Day. I'd made a couple of them, and I posted a picture on my Instagram story back before I had even made an Instagram page for my company. This was on my regular page, and I sold. So I posted it on Friday. Father's Day was that Sunday. I sold 30 of them, or 35 by Saturday night. So I didn't even have enough to fill orders. I accepted the money. I went and ordered more immediately, and I got back to work. Made them. I ordered like 30 more tops, made them all, and I sold out of those again very quickly. So I was like, well, I might have something here, and what's the worst that happens? I give it a shot and see where it takes me. And if it plummets and fails, I learned something and I had fun doing it. So I went on to Alibaba, or Baba, however you want to pronounce it, and I bought 900 bottle opener tops. I think it was a little over $1,000, so I was a little bit skeptical about buying it, but this was the only way to get that many at that price. So I was like, you know what? What's the worst that happens? I spend, I just need to make the money back, basically. And now, a year and a half later, I'm in 6 golf shops. I don't have enough time to make the bottle openers that I like. I'm having trouble meeting demand because I get so much going on that, I make them. I make every single one by hand. So I'm in the process of hiring somebody to actually just put them together. I'll do everything else. I'm going to pay you for each one that you put together for me, so, but it's going. I mean, it's a grind. Running a business is not easy by any means. And it's very expensive, but it's one of those things where you look at it, you only once. So sometimes you got to take risks and take a leap. And I did. And
man, I definitely got to chime in on that one.
Let's hear it.
Like I said, we're in different industries, but you definitely invested in merchandise. I'm the same way. Like I look at there's two areas that I spend the most. I invest the most money on just for my business, and just an artist, and marketing, and they're both very very vital. Let me start. Yeah, my connection is definitely kind of slower because
you're cutting out bad. I can't understand you.
Damn. All right, so I'm gonna cut out for real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely getting a connection. So let me cut out real quick. I'm gonna try something different. If you want to continue your story, we'll do that. So Because this is not going to make for a good podcast if I'm cutting out. So let me fix my.
You're good.
Cool.
I'll hang out and have a couple of beers. What's up, Jim? So for those of you that heard the story, anybody got any questions? I'd be more than happy to interact and answer questions while we wait for Mr. Had Enough to figure out his situation. Cutting in and out. Same old shit. I hear you, dude. Just another day. Yep. How much do you sell them for? So on my website, they range anywhere for, I'd say the average price is $25. They range anywhere from 10 to 50, depending on, club quality and brand name stuff. If it's a nicer, more expensive club head, I'm going to obviously sell it for more. But, I have anywhere from $10 to 50. So if somebody wants to get a cheap gift, I've got that. If somebody wants to get a nice looking one, I have that as well. And my website is just Headhunter Golf, www.headhuntergolfllc. There he is.
All right. Is this any better?
That is much better, actually, so far.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I don't really. It's what?
It was very delayed too, I think.
Okay. I don't have a good explanation for it because I always set up, which I might as well turn off my LED lights since I'm not using that background no more. I usually sit there because I made that background specifically when I do like studio performance videos, when I'm doing movie reviews and podcasts, it's because it looks cool and it represents me pretty well. Right. I usually have my webcam over there. I kind of just been using my iMac webcam and moved it there. I also have a heater because it's cold, as I mentioned before. So
understandable.
There's so many variables could be happening. So if I'm good here, then it's cool. People can check out my living room. It's all good.
Maybe so closer to the router, closer to the modem.
It could be that. There's no telling. So let me get that buzzing sound. I got my cable stuck around this. All right. So since we're back, yeah, man, you're talking about how like, hey, fuck it, man. I'm gonna invest this money into this business and this merchandise, and if I at least make my money back, cool. It was roll of the dice. That's how I've lived my life. Sometimes I'm like, why did I roll those dice? But I give it a week, and then I'm like, you know what? I made a pretty good, because like, not to sound generic, but it's just like, take a risk on anything in life, it might as well be you and something you believe in. So, of
course, I can definitely back you up on that one.
Wouldn't be a Had Enough show without glitches. Yeah, that's true. So
it keeps it real.
Yeah, it's true, man. But yeah, man, it's also something. It's funny because I definitely believe no matter what industry you have to have some kind of merchandise, because that is like your. I mean, it's a big portion of sales. So sales is what keeps the business running. I mean, other than that, then you don't have a business because you have no money coming in. So so you have to have something. But I love creative. I love creative merchandise. So the golf head thing you had going on, and that's like a bottle opener. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Very nice. Wow, so it's like all shiny. It's like
epoxy 400 of these together. You get a little bit sick of making the freaking things, but
yeah. Is that stainless steel? Because it looked like it was like very shiny.
Yeah, that's why they're like dipped in chrome, so they're super shiny.
Oh, okay.
It's like an alloy mixture. It's just like a mixture of metals. It's like a cheaper option instead of getting solid metal, and then they just dip it, coat it in. I don't know how they do that. Just dip it in their little mixture of chrome looking finish, and they're done. There's 3 different colors: gold, silver, and this one's like a gunmetal, dark silver type of deal. There's more options, but the problem is when you have too many options, you kind of create your own mess sometimes. If you have a team of people working with you, totally different story. It's a lot easier to have options, but having options as a sole proprietor and working a full-time job was just not something I was going
Mhm.
to do, because I gotta buy 300 of them. The MOQ is 300 a piece for each color. So I had to get 300 of each color. If I wanted to get more colors, I got to get 300 of them. So it was one of those toss ups. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it simple. We'll get 3 different colors, call it a day. And,
Right.
people don't even know that other colors exist. So it's not like, they're asking me, oh,
Yeah.
well, do you have this color and this color? Like, it works. So,
Nice. I didn't even realize this. When I got my beers out of my fridge, I went for the beer koozie, and I didn't realize so we're both like showcasing our merchandise and all that. So yeah, beer
that's I
koozie,
got I got the shirt. I got the shirt on and everything.
beer bottle. Nice. I'm wearing my friend. He's from Amarillo, Texas. I bought his hoodie on the last tour. So it's my
Mm.
favorite hoodie. It's a little larger than what I usually wear, but it's warm. So and that's
And you need that right now.
this fucking. Yep, I do. So let's talk about uh, your involvement in the music industry, because that's kind of how we got to talking. And like I said, you got into social media marketing uh, for your business, but you said you got connected with a lot of people in the music industry, and obviously, since I've joined this community of yours, it's a lot of artists, it's a lot of rappers, R&B singers. Um, there's definitely some music industry management involved and stuff like that. So if you kind of want to dive in and how you got involved in the music industry, because going from being involved in the golf industry and being involved in music is a that's quite a leap. So if you kind of want to tell the
Yeah.
people like how that came about.
So a few years ago, I attempted to make a song, and I found out very quickly that I was not a good rapper and couldn't do it. And, I heard myself on the mic after I recorded just a little bit, like even just an ad lib. I was just messing around in my buddy's studio in his room, and I heard myself after it was recorded, and I literally almost threw up. I was like, "There's no way I sound like this. Like, how do I sound like that, and why? You're never gonna catch me on a song ever." But it's always been there. I've always kind of wanted to get into the music industry because there's money in the music industry, and you can meet a lot of cool people. Um, you know, just like how we met. And this is basically through me, my involvement in music and
Mhm.
marketing and stuff. And most artists, most people in the music industry need some sort of community to back them up, and they need a community to network with, and they need some engagement. And it's one of those things where it kind of just happened. Hey, look, there's Wido. What's up, dude? Yeah, we're on
Hell
another
yeah.
podcast, Wido. 2 days in a row. Wido took my podcast virginity yesterday, so unfortunately, you did not get the honor. But
Okay. Well, I got the sloppy second, so that's just as good.
they're just as good, trust me.
Yeah.
But
It just doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt as much. Okay. That was a fucked up joke. I know.
I'll drink to that.
Right.
So yeah, so I kind of tried to dabble around a little bit, and this is way before I had even gotten into this company and everything, started it and whatnot. Um, and my buddy was the one making music, and then he started managing a rock artist, and he kind of took off and blew up. And I saw his Instagram page, and it was like massive, all these cool people commenting and stuff. And I'm like, dude, that's really cool. How the hell do I do that?
Yeah.
So started working for this company after joining the community. Um, and it has gotten me, I've gotten more connections in the past month than I have my entire life just from working for this company. I'm on the phone with, uh, uh, you know, probably 10 people a week if I can be. And I mean new people too. Like it's very important to, get out and reach out to talk face to face, with new people. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know what's going to come about. Um, when you talk to
Oh
the
yeah.
more people you talk to, the more chances you have of running into that one person who might change your life. And you never know what kind of value you can provide them either. So,
Right.
it was one of those things where I wasn't really aiming to get into the music industry necessarily, but I realized that most people in the music industry need something that I have to offer. So I just started reaching out to artists and saying, "Hey, listen, I've got uh, I'd love to get you access into this community. It's great." And I know you've shot me a text like the second day after you signed up, and we're
Hmm.
talking about how great it was. Now there's actual talent, and you're very surprised to see big names, and there's a lot of big names in this community. I mean, professional football players
Hmm.
in the NFL. It ranges from anyone, massive artists, huge influencers. They are all part of things like this. So that's kind of how
Hmm.
I got into it, and now I am, I believe, February 17th. Don't quote me on that, but I think my theme song for my company is going to be dropped. It's done, mixed, mastered. Um, I have a I have an artist name now. I have a hip hop name. I'm no longer Headhunter Golf, no longer Headhunter. In the music industry, I have a different name. Um, it's pretty funny. It's very fitting, and um, that name is White Boy Wasted.
Right on.
So
Right on.
we're jumping right in, dropping a song. Gonna see where that takes me. Probably do some kind of music video,
Mhm.
and go from there. I mean, like I said, this shit just happened. It didn't really. It was never in the playbook. It wasn't a plan. I wasn't like, yeah, I need to get into the music industry. I need to do this in the music industry, but it just happened. And I enjoy talking to artists and producers and engineers, and it's a crazy. The music industry is wild. Once you get into it and realize like what
It
happens
is.
behind the scenes, it's a whole nother realm. It's a whole nother world that I didn't even know existed. And in making, having this song made, I was along for the entire process of making a song. I didn't even know that all of this went into making a song. I had no clue how many
Yeah.
steps there were. I thought you go to the studio, you record it, and it's done, ready to go. Throw it out there. But that is not the case.
Oh yeah. That's it kind of reminds me of when I started doing it. I think I had one of my old CDs when I started, and I think I made it through 3 seconds of it. So to me, it was like I kind of had a similar start off as you, and then I just said, "Well, you know what? I'm just gonna be able until I get decent." And
Right.
so it was kind of like I think it got to a point where, well, I had some good encouragement in the early days because I had people around me who it's like it's not where it needs to be, but I hear potential. So I think when people remind you, hey, there's potential, regardless of what you're doing, you just know there's a goalpost
Right.
somewhere down the line. So I can definitely tell people, like, if there was an artist who wanted to rap tomorrow and just from scratch, I can tell him what to focus on and what not to do. Definitely definitely take your time before you put it out there. Um, me for me was I think I had a lot of pressure at the time, married at the time. Um, really, a lot of I felt like I had to hurry to do this and get it monetized, and that was the wrong mindset. So definitely had a lot of financial stress at the time where it was like even a job and all that stuff was like this has to work. And if I just would have went slower, I would have, So that's kind of thinking about that now. Even though now I'd make income, it's like song, it's from scratch. time. I listen to it over and over and over again. And there's many of music industry has a lot of trials and tribulations, but time is something to value. Is definitely to value, because when you don't respect time, the quality will suffer. So that's why I don't buy into a lot of the hype that someone made a song within 24 hours, shot a video. It's like, no, you guys did that a whole month ago. You just didn't say nothing on social media till about 2 days before you dropped the video on the song.
Yep.
It's just like, and it's even then, like when I see rappers who have they do a video and they do a response like within 24 hours, it's like, to me, it's just like, now some might be that talented and have that good of a team that they can do that. But to me, I'm thinking like, no, you wrote something, you heard the guy's response, then you took what you've already written before, added a couple things, and when you watch, for me, I tend to look like this. You see parts in the video where you could tell there is like, you don't see them rapping the entire song, the whole video. You see little parts. Something else. That's the lyrics they previously wrote. They didn't have memorized yet.
Right.
I know this probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm OCD. I see very little details and stuff like that. So I kind of between the lines, so to speak. So I don't entirely buy that some song, shoot a mix and master the song, shoot the video, edit the video, and have it ready in 24 hours.
It's pretty much impossible.
That good. If you are, then some people are probably that good, but other than that, I feel like that's something that has to be put forth with time. It's kept secret.
Right. Of course.
And I am being reminded that I'm cutting out again. You're blurring
you've
cutting out.
been cutting out the whole time.
God.
We ought to get Comcast out there.
So we're definitely going to keep you. So this rarely happens to me. When they're fucking ace and all that, it's fucking action.
What's that?
But man, I can tell by looking your face out.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I'm trying.
No, sucks. Let's try this. All right, so I'm gonna cut out again. Cool. Right.
Boom.
Nice. Right. I'm gonna back on my phone and see if the connection's back.
Okay.
So
copy that, brother.
Cool. Go ahead with any if you want to so I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you
no idea what you're saying. Just sounds like a robot. Some technical difficulties, to say the least. Mr. Had Enough. Poor guy. I want to learn the music industry. Where do I sign up? We can get that done. We can make it happen. DJ Syka is ready to party. Who is DJ Syka? Does sound like a robot. Not the first time. Yeah, it was very like delayed too. Like everything that he was saying was like coming through after he'd said it like 10 seconds before. I think it's probably just Wi-Fi if I had to guess. I'm sure he'll figure it out. So we'll just continue drinking. Who else is drinking tonight? It is pronounced Sueca. Interesting. And that is me. Well, nice to meet you, DJ Sueca, if I'm saying that correctly. So where are you DJing at? Where are you from? Suka. Suka. I'll get it, I promise. I DJ for Had Enough and a few other artists. Oh, sick. North of Tulsa. Sweet. So that's right around where he's at, I'd imagine. Suka. So is that in like another language? What does that mean? Russian. Suka. It's pretty cool. What exactly does Suka mean? It means bitch. Does it really? That's hilarious if that's actually what that means. So DJ bitch. That's funny. Oh man. That's hilarious. So what prompted you to call yourself DJ bitch in Russian?
I don't know if this is going to work, but let me know.
Seems like it is, for the most part.
All right. Is this going to work?
I learned it back in Job Corp in '97. Better than a kick in the dick. All right, you all situated over there?
I don't know. Am I lagging still, or how's it working?
Yeah, it's choppy.
Damn. It's got to be my connection out here.
It's probably, yeah, I was just saying, I think it's your Wi-Fi. It's got to be a Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah.
If I had to take a guess.
All right. So, with that being said, we'll go. Probably have to. Damn, I can hear it. Okay. This is fucked up. Well, we'll go ahead and cut it out then.
We'll give it a shot another time.
Yeah, but anyway, I appreciate you for coming.
Yeah, dude, we'll have to try it again. Once you figure everything out or fix your connection, we'll get after it one of these days. We'll figure it out.
Cool, man.
Just hit me up.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Okay. We definitely got good enough information out there. So before I go, and hopefully people can hear me, tell people where they can find you.
Instagram is at Headhunter Golf LLC. My TikTok's the same, Headhunter Golf LLC. And then website is www.headhuntergolfllc.com. And that's pretty much all I'm on, to be honest. I should be doing YouTube. I'm not doing that yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there. So,
Right on.
but yeah, for now, it's just, website, Instagram, TikTok. Feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'll always reach back. I'm always talking to the community. So I really appreciate you getting me on here. You're actually not really lagging too much right now.
Okay. Well, let me. We'll try to keep it going. Let's keep going for a little bit.
Yeah, we
Let's
can
see
have
what
a
it does.
conversation.
I also Googled you and you popped right up. So let people know they can always
first
Google
and
you.
last name or the company name?
I put Headhunter and golf.
And it came up.
Had your pictures and everything.
So does that mean I'm famous now?
Yeah, it does.
That's funny.
So,
funny.
Is there any before we cut off, like last things, like anything, like what do you got going on next?
Right now, actually, I am. So you know how you've now joined this community, which is mainly geared towards music and things like that. And I am now working on creating my own golf version of that. So I'm going to be putting out a platform very soon. I've been working on it all day today, all day yesterday, setting it up. And basically what it's going to be is essentially something very similar to EDST and the marketing, the community, but for golf. So I'm gonna host meetings, I'm gonna host seminars and things like that, have guest speakers, and it's all gonna be in one place, one platform where everyone can network with each other. If you want somebody to golf with and they're in your area, we'll have different sections for that. We'll have, I've got sections for just about everything. Engagement, if you want to put your post in, get some engagement after you engage with other people's posts, we're going to have a whole section for that. And so on and so forth. And that's the next big thing that I'm coming out with, which I'm really excited for, because I've yet to hear about a accessible golf community like that, for people like myself who, I'm in a position now where a year ago I didn't have the connections I have today. And I know a lot of people struggle with finding connections and meeting the right people and whatnot. So I'm basically trying to become that right person. I want to be the guy that has a connection for everything. And I'm getting there. I'm working my way up to that. So this is kind of how I'm going to unleash that and absolutely blow it up, take it to the moon. We'll start by low, it'll be free to join at first. And then as time goes on and more people join, I'll just, I'll start charging a small one-time fee. And hey, you get all of this value for this price one time. How are you going to turn that down when it's something that nobody else has? There's other websites and stuff where you can go on and find people to play golf with and stuff, but it's not like a true business related networking or influencer type deal for the golf industry. So, I figured what not a better time than right now. Coming out with a song, we'll unload the platform, start loading people up in it, get everybody using it, make sure everything's working properly, and see what happens. Go from there, and hopefully I'll be able to reach out to other some people I would never have a chance to speak with, have them come speak at host little seminars / meetings, and like an interactive meeting, kind of like we're doing, but with a lot of people. and a lot of like-minded people in the golf industry, because these things exist for music all over the place and for other things, but there's not one for golf. And golf is right now, everybody wants to be a golf content creator. Everyone who even plays golf posts
Mhm.
videos of themselves playing golf, even if they're not
Mhm.
trying to become a content creator of golf. But it's just in the nature of the game right now. It's kind of how it is because of social media and where social media is at right now. So, those people are constantly looking for ways to network and talk to people who are also, playing golf and whatnot. So I think this is going to be probably the most accessible and best way to do that for the average, we'll call it the average Joe, who's making content and doesn't know where the hell to go, who the hell to talk to. I want to be that guy. So, I've got the marketing thing. I can help people build their brand and gain that credibility on social media. And now, once I unload this, I'll say, listen, not only can I provide you with the music, this network, the
Mhm.
music community, but now I've got a golfer only community that I can also provide you with. So it's
Mhm.
going to be, I'm going to clash them together and just blow this thing up, man.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like that idea. So man, I have more questions for you. Do you we talked about uh I guess music managers, music promoters that you said in the Florida area. What can you say about the music scene in Florida? How much you're involved in that though? But just out of curiosity for the audience.
So, I have a couple of good connections when it comes to music in my area. But as far as really being involved in the music industry, like in person down here, I wouldn't say I necessarily am, but I know people who are. So I am just through them. And that takes me back to, I want to be the guy that knows everybody. Like, yeah, I can do it, but I'm
Mhm.
not doing it. I'm just setting you up with so and so who can do it. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'd say I'm pretty involved because the guy who offered this community to me, his my buddy Ben, he goes by Fat Stacks. Shout out to Fat Stacks, my boy. He's the one that brought me on to the marketing game and shed some light on the music industry and whatnot. And he's the one that manages the Rock Artist, so he is fully invested in the music industry. He's the one that helped me with my theme song. The guy knows a lot of people, and he's gets him shows down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. He does the whole thing. They went out and lived in LA for 3 years or something like that. No, that sounds maybe probably like 6 months or something. I don't know how I came up with 3 years, but so he is fully invested, knows a lot of people in the music industry. And I have some other one of the dudes that used to do camera work for me. No golf experience whatsoever. He got a job at where I work, and we started chatting there. I found out he was doing music videos, and I said, "Yo, come out to the golf course one day and film me, you know, fucking around. Let's make a video, and I'll tag you, and we'll go from there." And now he's hanging out with freaking Rick Ross down in Miami, and he's touching, he's rubbing elbows with some higher people in the music industry and the hip hop industry. So I've got and that's just two of the people that I know down here that are actively in the music industry. But as far as me actually being involved with all that, I'm really not. Only on as a social media standpoint, and obviously coming out with my own song, which I will probably do again, to be honest, because it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah, yeah. For sure, man. For sure. Man, is there anything that you would like people to know about you and what you do that you think people don't know?
wow, that's a good question.
Yeah. Like what's I don't know how else to ask that. It's just kind of like what
That's a tough
it's just,
one.
yeah, it is. It's kind of hard with in the world of social media. We feel like we put everything out there.
Right,
So
for the most part.
so
I
yeah.
mean, well, what I will say is that, my social media me is not really, it is me, but it's not, I always say, your name is Head. No, my name is not Head. My name is Hunter. My first and last name is Hunter Brennan. But Headhunter I'm formerly known as Headhunter. For my friends and stuff, that's what they all call me now instead of calling me by my regular name, because everyone associates me with this now. And that was the branding effort, and it's working, it's paid off, and people are recognizing, literally have my face on my logo. And it's me holding a golf club, drinking a beer, which is what I do every time I go and play golf. So what you see is what you get. I do a little bit. I get a little crazy for Instagram videos, obviously, but I have fun doing it, and I'll go out and play normal rounds, but I've been shooting a lot of content, meeting a lot of other people. I've, been doing content with another Ben Casman. He's a long driver. He is pursuing a career in long drive competition. And for those of you that don't know what long drive competition is, basically who can hit the ball the furthest. Take a driver, whoever can hit it the furthest wins the competition, essentially. Most golfers drink beer and play golf. Yes, that is majority of behind the scenes. I would say about 70% of people who play golf usually drink while they play. I prefer to drink while I play. There's some days where I'll go out, try and take it seriously, and I'll be like, I bring a cooler of beer just in case. And if I have a shit round and if I have a shit front nine and I'm playing terrible, then I'll start drinking on the back nine. If I'm playing really well, I won't even open a beer, because that's just, it's like in my head. I'm like, all right, well, if I drink beer, I'll probably enjoy this a little bit more. I'm not having fun, I'm sucking right now. But that's the beauty of it, There's plenty of ways to, not take it so seriously and force yourself to have fun. You know what I mean?
What's your opinion on putt golf?
On what?
Putt golf. I don't know if that's the same. If you guys have the same term.
Putt golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Damn it.
My opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously that's not the main game, but like you know what I mean? It's kind of like levels to this shit. I think, like, what's your opinion of it? Is that something that you think is fun, or obviously it's not the actual sport? It's just, what I mean?
Right.
I was kind of thinking, like, is that something that you would indulge in, or you just think that's just amateur, family fun type of stuff that's not the sport?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't go to a putt course unless I was like going on a date or something, in which I'm going to go and have a few drinks, and that's kind of an interactive date idea. That's kind of the only reason I would go and putt. I mean, unless I was hammered with a bunch of buddies and we had nothing better to do, and we're like, fuck it, let's go get smashed and play mini golf and put $10 on the game. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm cool with that. No hate on putt golf. I think it's great especially for people who, want to play golf and, want to try it out and don't know where to start. It could always be a good starting point, and
yeah,
it's very relaxed.
That's how I look at it. I feel like it's like the average person's introduction to golf, but it's a fun like date or, family thing, outing and stuff like that. So, but definitely way different than someone actually out in the field doing golf. So,
of course, because it is a process, and golf is expensive too. In season public courses around here, it's $100 to play a round of golf, and that's at hole in the wall public courses. I mean, if you're, if you actively play golf and you're, one of those people that has to pay, I'm fortunate enough to where I don't pay to play golf, because of the connections I have in the golf world down here, as well as where I work. I get to play free golf at the golf course I work at as well. So I've got, And then all the courses that I do business with and have a display of my bottle openers in, if I called over and said, hey, I'm looking for a place to play today, think I could swing out, they'd probably say yes. But I pretty much stick to one golf course. It's free for me. I can bring guests. Shout out to Winston Trails. My boy Brian over there owns the place, and it's badass. We have a very good thing going. And he lets me bring guests out there for free. He lets me shoot all my videos there, and is very lenient with all of that with me. So I've got a great deal of respect for him, and he's saving me a lot of money. I don't want to go out and pay $100 to film a freaking video where I'm not even really playing golf. Like, yeah, I'm playing golf, but I'm acting. Like, I'm putting the show on, which is fun.
Yeah, here's a good question: how many golfers do you get along with?
How many golfers do I get along with?
Yeah, I'll go more in detail. I still. Your delayed response tells me I'm cutting out. Damn it. No, StreamYard is telling me that I have an unstable connection. Oh, it's pop. Okay, correction. It's telling me the connection is fairly good, and then it went away. Damn it.
Oh, Joe says, what's your longest drive? My longest drive, carry is like 308, roll out to 330. The long driver I've been playing with, this dude is a freaking monster. You can see him on my Instagram page. We've done a few collaborative posts together. The guy's a unit. He can carry, his farthest drive is like 450 something or something. I want to say something like that. I mean, he's hitting the ball in the 400s, which is 4 football fields long. Think about that. That's insane. But in order to compete in those long drive competitions, you have to be hitting the ball. To win, those guys have to hit the ball freaking 460 yards, which is unbelievable.
Damn. I guess back to my question, but first, am I lagging again?
No, I can hear you.
Good. See, what StreamYard's doing is it's showing my Wi-Fi. I have full bars, but the Wi-Fi on StreamYard is telling me connection is like unstable. Then it says it's fair, but be close to your router. And I'm like, I'm about as close to my router as I can get. So this is the first time. Like, you can go to my YouTube channel. Usually, like, my last guest was in the UK, and then he just lost connection out of nowhere. So this is like rare. But like I said, we do have an ice storm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So never know. So my apologies to everybody. So it's usually never on my end.
Well, now it is. It's all your fault.
So it is all my fault. Yes. Let's see. Freitas said, "Damn, I got."
He's not bad.
Yeah, 250 tops.
250 yards that's a very good drive. I mean, that's
cool.
Far. You're rolling out to 270 probably, depending.
I guess my question is, when I asked you, like, do you get along with most golfers? Just because of the stigma that a lot of golfers are like super duper rich, like people who are snobby, people don't like dealing with them. Obviously, you're a super fucking cool ass dude. Can drink a beer, talk shit, hang out. My kind of people, and pretty much my audience, they're kind of people too. I have a song about drinking beer and talking shit, so people in the comments will probably quote that. But just me in general. So, is there just like golfers, like, for the most part, do you get along with, or is this like, oh fuck, this guy's here, Are you just? Well, you sound like you're kind of like in your own lane, so it's more like it doesn't even matter. I just don't know. Like,
that is 100%. That's
cool.
That's a very, very true statement.
The name of this podcast is "Doing Your Own Thing," so I feel like that's kind of relevant to this.
That's very relevant.
Okay, cool.
Nobody is really, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own ass here or anything.
No, go for it. Go for it. Blow all the smoke up your ass.
No one's doing exactly what I'm doing. I've never seen it done in the way that I'm doing it. And creating different things and the freaking bottle openers. Other people do it, but they're not big on Instagram. They're not monetizing their viewers on Instagram. They're not. I've got the social media thing as well, the marketing. The community. Like, there's a lot of different things that I'm doing that I don't think anybody in the golf industry is doing. Actually, I know for a fact that nobody is. No one has the network that I have. My network is totally different than any other golfer ever. I'm not saying it's bigger than most of them, but it is getting there. So for the most part, I would say I get along with just about everybody because, people see me on Instagram. Their first thoughts are, this guy's a dickhead. What a douchebag. I would never fucking play with him. But
Yeah.
that's the stuck up, oh, you're ruining the game type of people. People my age.
Oh, yeah. Back to
are
that.
drinking beer on the fucking golf course. Let's be honest. So most of the people my age who are playing golf are, they're, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, to all my haters out there, this goes to you. I guarantee you, if you came out and played a round of golf with me, you'd have more fun in that one round of golf than you've ever had in any round of golf in your entire life combined. I can guarantee that. Every time I go out with some buddies or whoever, like, we have a fucking blast. Just because we don't take it serious, we'll put a couple bucks on 9 holes, 18 holes, and play for money, make it interesting, and film content and stuff, and drink a bunch of beer, just have a blast. It's not.
Yeah.
So yes, some people do not like me. I know for a fact, but for the most part, I would say that majority of people, are starting to. I'm starting to turn some heads. At the golf course and everything, people are starting to recognize me, which is cool and good for the brand. So for the most part, I'd say I get along with, I'm very easy to get along with, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I don't, I'll talk to anybody. I don't mind. And that goes back to, like, networking and stuff. You never know who you're going to speak to. So I'm very easy to get along with. And I've had people I play golf with today have been, one of my buddies reached out to me on Instagram before we were even friends. I didn't even know him. He reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey man, like, I love your stuff. We should play sometime. And I'm like, let's do it, dude. Fuck it. I don't mind making friends. So we get out and we play golf every month now together. And he lives 15 minutes away from me. So, it's one of those things where, again, it just depends on, kind of an age group thing and whether or not they're playing at at a different level, because all of those guys who are playing at, the level of competitiveness where they're, all they care about is their score and stuff. They hate me. Can't stand it. But for the most part,
I can relate to that. Woo-hoo, I can relate to that, bro. Trust me. Well, I mean, I guess, well, you come to, okay, so you talk about scoreboards and stuff like that. And so, they say hip hop is a competitive sport, but really music in general, because it's just, you got some people who are just salty if you might be doing a little better, it might have a little bit going, but, music, just like any sport, man, the more work you put in, the more you get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, to me, like, a lot of times in music, like, I would say the artists are like the players, and then the business guys like the coach. I get called coach. Dude, I took some first timers on tour that kept calling me Coach Hadafeezy. That was my nickname, was Hadafeezy. Just because, well, it's just because Had Enough doesn't sound like a typical rapper name, and that's on purpose. And so, Feezy, kind of easy, I don't know what is it about that vowel, but rappers like it. And it kept coach. And just because I was leading the tour and I had, I was handling I had all the shows, and so they kept calling me coach, and then someone said Hadafeezy. And so I haven't mean to use that as a nickname, because every time I hear it, I laugh. Like, it just sounds funny. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. So, so far as sports, but, like, you can shit on Tom Brady all you want, but the guy put in work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even the biggest. I'm not even a huge sports fan. I made the joke on Facebook. KC, what was it, like Kansas City and Tennessee? Like, I'm actually a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but that's like inbred because of my family. My two uncles are the biggest Pittsburgh Steelers fans you ever met. So I grew up just like, oh, every Sunday we put on jerseys. But growing up, you kind of just like you're kind of embedded into that. And as I got older, I was like, I have the most intense games. They'll win, and after halftime, they'll start losing. So that last kick is going to define. Then we has money, intensity, stress. Fuck, they gotta win. So then I started to kind of naturally after. Yeah, StreamYard's like your connection falling off.
Yeah, you're all frozen and chopped up.
It's time I go on it does that. I've noticed.
What's that?
Can't wait to Bobby. I can't wait to watch this. It's hilarious. Anyways. The thing is, it doesn't show me that I'm freezing. According to what I'm seeing, it shows normal. It shows normal.
That's so funny. Yeah, it's all chopped up and frozen.
Frozen. Yeah, that's Oklahoma right now. We're the connection has fired up.
DJ Bitch said, "Boop beat boop."
But
it's
like
chopping bad right now.
Damn. I fixed it.
I tell you what. Why don't we continue? We can continue this into another session. I'm more than happy to get on here again with you. And once this storm gets out of your hair and it fucks off, then we'll have some good connection and we can have some conversations where I can hear you.
Well, it's not stop. Only that so.
I have no idea. You just, I don't. You're moving a little bit.
I'll text you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Yep, it's coming through.
Okay. All right, we're gonna. All right. Good. Okay, about to text you. Yeah, check your phone.
What's up?
I'll need you to still lagging.
Oh, you want me to shut it down? I cannot. Okay, there we go. I couldn't hear anything you're saying. So let's continue this. Me and you will come up with another date. And we'll continue this conversation. I'd be more than happy to. I'm very thankful for you reaching out to me and getting on here. I'm more than happy to do this. I love having beer and having a conversation. So this is right up my alley. So let's do it again. We'll continue this. And thank you to everybody who was hanging out with us for a little while. Definitely come hang out next time. We'll have some more valuable stuff to drop on
you. For sure.
All righty, man.
All right,
man. You enjoy the rest of your night. Fix your fucking Wi-Fi, and let's get after it soon.
Boss, StreamYard.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good night. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Deuces.